Oh, hello. I know, right? Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie? I can't tell you, but it does rhyme with Pulverine.
Now, whose balls did Ryan Reynolds have to fondle to get Deadpool 4? If it's not Wolverine this time, then who else might be the mighty one that Deadpool needs for Deadpool 4? Well, it's the almighty Thor, and you know why. Because of the secret paradox was keeping from Deadpool about why Thor was crying over him, and that's just the tip of the iceberg for Deadpool 4. With every cameo in Deadpool, Wolverine has hinted at a sequel saying, "It's time we break the fourth wall inside a fourth wall." So without any red or yellow spandex, let's paint that Honda Odyssey red for Deadpool 4, shall we? One of the most intriguing moments from Deadpool and Wolverine was the footage showing Thor crying over Wade Wilson. In this new MCU movie, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is given the chance to join Earth 616 in the sacred timeline, becoming a hero among other Marvel icons like the Avengers. However, there's never a scene where Deadpool and Thor actually meet. At the start of Deadpool and Wolverine, the TVA picks up Wade Wilson, and Mr. Paradox offers him the chance to leave his universe behind and join the main MCU timeline as a true hero. However, Deadpool's original universe has been marked for deletion after the loss of Wolverine, its anchor being. Refusing the offer in a bid to save his loved ones, Deadpool defies the TVA. Before leaving, he glimpses footage of a significant moment between himself and Thor, hinting at an exciting future for the MCU. Now, before we dive further into this, you should know that Thor 5 might be the key to Deadpool 4. You might be wondering why, but it's all about that buddy bond needed to make the crying scene happen in a future movie. What better way to do this than to have a whole Deadpool movie in the MCU? Imagine the chemistry between Thor and Deadpool, Thor's noble, thunderous presence paired with Deadpool's irreverent, wisecracking antics. This dynamic could provide the emotional depth needed for that poignant moment where Thor is seen crying over Wade. Thor 5 could lay the groundwork for their relationship, showcasing their adventures together and building a friendship that resonates with audiences. This setup would make the eventual crossover in Deadpool 4 not only logical, but also deeply impactful. Seeing Thor and Deadpool fight side by side, or even bicker in their unique styles, would be an absolute treat for fans. It would seamlessly integrate Deadpool into the MCU, allowing for endless possibilities in future Marvel stories. Furthermore, Thor crying over Deadpool could be setting up for Secret Wars. Based on Marvel's future release plans, the current multiverse saga is confirmed to culminate with Avengers, the Kang Dynasty in 2026 and 2027's Avengers Secret Wars. This final movie is expected to bring the multiverse to a close in epic fashion, likely featuring numerous variant heroes and realities colliding. This makes the next Avengers movie the perfect stage for Deadpool to return and perhaps join forces with the Avengers, particularly with Thor. Keeping that in mind, the TVA footage could be teasing Thor and Deadpool's future adventures together. It's certainly an exciting prospect, especially with Wade confirming in Deadpool and Wolverine that Chris Evans isn't his favorite superhero Chris actor, whether he's playing Captain America or Johnny Storm. Instead, it seems more likely that Chris Hemsworth's Thor is the one who has Deadpool's heart, especially after seeing this future footage from the TVA where the God of Thunder is literally holding Wade in his arms. Thor crying over Deadpool takes place in the MCU's future, mirroring Loki's death in Thor: The Dark World. In this scene, Tom Hiddleston's Loki fakes his own death as Thor mourns him. Being shown several sequences from past MCU movies by the Time Variance Authority, Wade is initially very excited about the prospect of being an Avenger, especially after the revelation that he interviewed with Happy Hogan, the first of many Deadpool and Wolverine cameos, and was turned down back in 2018. However, Deadpool then sees footage of himself being held in the arms of none other than Thor, mirroring Loki's faked death in 2013's Thor: The Dark World. Scrambling to turn off the video feed on the monitor, Mr. Paradox confirms that this scene is actually a moment set in the future that hasn't yet come to pass. While this could have simply been a funny gag moment using recycled footage from The Dark World, the fact that it's confirmed to be a future event is intriguing. Likewise, it's not something Deadpool is willing to give up on either, as he repeatedly questions Paradox about the moment, such as why the God of Thunder was crying over him. Wade even wakes up later in the movie saying Thor's name, a running joke that may signal more than Wade simply having a man crush on the Asgardian Avenger. So now you know what the crying scene in Deadpool and Wolverine means for the MCU's future. However, Deadpool 4's story will depend on where it fits into the broader MCU. For Deadpool and Wolverine, it was fortunate that it could operate on the fringes of the sacred timeline, flirting with that boundary through the TVA. Deadpool saved his timeline from destruction by securing a new anchor being, but that doesn't mean he can't still cross over into the MCU proper, especially with characters like America Chavez traversing the multiverse. Deadpool 4 would likely still revolve around Deadpool being a reluctant hero. Expect plenty of cameos from other big-name talents, giving Deadpool ample opportunities for his signature fourth-wall-breaking commentary. This movie could also finally see Deadpool joining a major superhero team like the Avengers or the X-Men. Deadpool has found a family, and his life will always revolve around protecting those he loves. However, the specifics of where the story could go are perhaps more flexible and filled with potential than most other MCU titles. Beyond the Thor-Deadpool footage at the TVA, there are other ways in which Deadpool and Wolverine set up Avengers' Secret Wars. One key hint is the issue of Secret Wars 5 from 2015. Seen among other discarded relics, the TVA pruned and discarded in the void at the end of time. Additionally, Mr. Paradox notes that while Wade Wilson might not be an anchor being like the Wolverine of Earth 10005, Deadpool has been chosen for some sort of higher purpose by Paradox's superiors. Unfortunately, Paradox doesn't offer any more details about what Deadpool's future higher purpose is, but it was the reason he was offered an invitation to Earth 616 and the Sacred Timeline in the first place. As such, Deadpool's higher purpose will likely become clear in future MCU projects when Wade and most likely Logan inevitably get pulled into the ongoing crises of Earth 616, now that they've successfully saved and stabilized Wade's reality. Either way, Deadpool and Thor's future moments are more than likely well on the way and will be seen sooner rather than later. Another character set to make an appearance in Deadpool 4 is Happy Hogan, who was last seen in Spider-Man: No Way Home. Jon Favreau's significant role in the MCU, both on and off screen, makes him an ideal fit for Deadpool and Wolverine. In the film, Hogan appears in a flashback when Deadpool tries to join the Avengers. Happy tries to manage Wade's expectations, while Deadpool, of course, throws out a series of hilarious jabs. Having appeared 10 times in the MCU, from the original Iron Man to now, Favreau's character serves as a perfect bridge between the Fox universe and the MCU. His close association with Tony Stark also allows the movie to reference Robert Downey Jr.'s iconic Marvel hero without needing to show him directly. Happy Hogan could continue to play a role if Deadpool 4 involves a plot where the Avengers need the help of Deadpool and Wolverine. Since Deadpool and Wolverine are still together at the end of Deadpool 3, it makes perfect sense for Happy to make another appearance, potentially acting as the liaison between the Avengers and our favorite unconventional heroes. So what do you think Deadpool's higher purpose in the MCU could be? Do you think Deadpool 4 will finally bring him into the main MCU timeline? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.